Like every single time. She's like, I better be there for the end of the live show.
That's true.
We know she will, because it's all about fitness and wellness with you. And this is something, I think we launched this together, did we?
We did, my friend.
It's the Chirp Wheel. This is the only day at this price, by the way. It's the lowest price you're going to see it for the next 3 months. The price goes away at the end of the day, and you get 3 of them. This is the best way to stretch and the easiest way to stretch.
I believe so too. And we give you 3. We give you a 10-inch wheel, a 6-inch wheel, and a 4-inch wheel. And you can use these on so many different body parts. What I love best about it is the thick padding. I've seen other wheels, and none of them have this really thick padding that matters when you're trying to break up knots and tension and fascia and all of those things. But also, the one that Kirsten's on, the 10-inch wheel, you could really see it real nicely. There is a notch carved out. Maybe you can see it in profile. That is when you are laying to stretch out those tight muscles in your back. This is where your bony spine goes. So it even accommodates things like that. If you want a nice elongating stretch, you use the bigger wheel. This is the 10-inch wheel. The 6-inch wheel can go both ways. The 4-inch wheel is more for pressure. So if you have those knots in your calf, maybe on your sides, how about that piriformis in the gluteal? It's just so far-reaching and so amazing to help you feel better when you've got those knots of tension that you just can't shake.
It feels so good. You know, you get like that kind of like, that like knot. It happened to me in the calf the other day, which is fantastic. You can also do this against a wall. You're seeing us doing it on the floor, but you can also do it against the wall. $59.98, and you get 3 of them. We have sold these out before, but this is the lowest price that you're going to see it for 3 months. And 3 months from today is, I don't know. Far away.
Like February, March, April, May?
May.
Is it like Memorial Day?
So now's the time to get this. And they are limited, by the way. We only have about 1,000 of these left to go around. So there's the 3 sizes that you get. And they're so comfortable. This has really great padding. So when you're doing that stretch that I was doing on your back, you don't feel like any plastic or anything.
Exactly, it doesn't hurt. I mean, the last thing you want to do when you're trying to stretch out tension is cause something that hurts somewhere else. So as Kirsten said too, you can do this standing. What we encourage people to do is get down on the floor and just hold that wheel underneath with both hands, and then lift your hips so that you can then place your spine and roll your spine. And everybody's range of motion is going to be different. Would you mind if I went over to the wall?
Oh, you go.
I'm going to go over to the wall. I don't know if the camera guy knows I'm going to do this, but this is where you can do this in your own home. If sometimes getting on the floor isn't comfortable for people, lean against the wall. I call this like the itchy bear. When a bear is in the woods,
husband does all the time. He rubs up against the wall when his back itches.
But it feels so good just to open up, to lengthen. It helps me breathe better, and it helps me sleep better. So they're really far-reaching in the different things and different body parts and different types of release and relaxation you can get.
And all different places. So I love it for my back. Like I said, I get some lower back pain from time to time. I've been rucking. Have you been rucking?
No.
You have to start rucking.
Oh, okay.
I'll
ruck with you.
Rachel loves that I ruck because Rachel and I walk together. Basically, so if you haven't been here for the 13 years, Rachel and I became friends when I was very early on in my career here. I was doing the breast cancer 3-day walk.
Oh, yeah.
And I was training. And Rachel, love her to death. She's like, can I just walk with you? And I was like, absolutely. Whoever this girl is, she's great. She's really pretty. Let's do it. And so she started walking. That's how we became friends. And we've continued to walk to this day. No, not as much, because Rachel will only walk if the weather is perfect. But I'm a lot faster than she is at walking, so I've started rucking. You put on a really heavy backpack, like start at 10 pounds, now I'm at 30 pounds. So it slows me down, but it also is really good exercise. But it also puts pressure on your back and things like that. So this is fantastic to kind of get those knots out of pain.
You know what, and I'm just going to admit.
Did I tell the story right, Rachel?
You totally did, and I'm just going to admit, initially, her ruck were children. She would be going in strollers, still faster than me. As I'm walking. And now the other day we were walking and I was like, what do you have on your back? She said 30 pounds. Still faster than me.
Wow.
She's walking ahead of me and I'm like, What is happening here?
My lower back's been hurting.
Where are you using it? On your hamstring?
Debbie right in a second, and she's like, "Oh, it's because you're wearing 30 pounds on your back, so your lower back hurts."
That'll do it.
But doesn't this feel great?
Yes.
So what
to
you're
roll
doing,
out the things,
the tension, the knots that happen just from
that's
exercise,
nice.
maybe from sitting too long, maybe from being on your feet too long.
I want the big one.
Go for it. That's the 10-inch.
This is the one
for your back.
Yeah.
So you put it right there in the middle of your spine, and then it opens
now
you
your
up,
mic
and
pack's
doesn't it feel
right there. I've kind of
good?
moved mine to the side.
And then roll it back and forth. It's so fantastic. Remember, you get all 3 of these, and you're getting them for one of the lowest price I've ever seen them. These have sold out before with us, and you're getting all 3 for $59.98. It's our last 700. If you don't feel good, if you're living in a tight body, if you're sore all the time, you're not participating in your life. This is one of the ways to get you out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I said, if you use the smaller one is more for pressure points, pinch points. The 6-inch can go either way, both ways, great for opening up the rib cage, but if you want that length through your spine, the openness through your chest, releasing those knots of tension through the scapula, use the 10-inch wheel. It is padded. And then there's that cutout too that helps, gives you that space for your spine so you're not putting bone against hard molded plastic.
I'm looking at this and it feels like a massage.
Yeah.
And at this price of under $60, guess what you can't do?
Get a
an hour
massage. It's true.
You absolutely cannot. I called a place the other day and I was like, can I have this massage? And they were like, yeah, that's just the opening price for first timers. And I was like, well, I'm a first timer. And she said, have you been here before? And I was like, not for years. She said, yep, it's double the price.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, wait, what in the world? So grab this right now.
There's like that, getting into that quad, that, oh goodness, that's so good. You get all 3 of these. Oh, your arms too.
How about the tricep, right? The
lowest
tension.
price that we have ever, ooh, that's not good. Lowest price that we have ever had them. I mean, sorry, lowest price you're gonna see them for the next 3 months. That's what a today only price or one time only price is all about. So the price goes away at the end of the show, but we're almost out of them.
I'm going to see you again. I'm going to see you at like 11:15.
Okay, good, perfect.
Not goodbye.
Okay.
It's not going to be goodbye. Farewell.
That's V83535. Hey, also available, but we're not going to have time for a full presentation, but you know it's totally